crit. Let me get my fortify up. Oh, good thing we got some minions here. In the middle of me making my build video, I'm able to get a freaking butcher to showcase for y'all. Yo, what's up everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys the Earth build that I found out for the Druid. I've been playing the Druid for about 20 hours now, I think, and man, it's been so fun. I love the Druid. I'm having a really hard time deciding between the Druid and what other class I'm going to be playing on launch, but Druid is definitely a top contender to play. This build that I found out, there's so many builds that the Druid can go, but for me, since I've been playing, we've figured out, you know, all the legendaries that come to this Earth build. And as you can see in the videos, the Earth build, I found out that it just does a ton of damage. It goes up to like 4,000 damage. It basically utilizes landslide skill ability, and all my Earth skills deal a ton of damage when they are crowd controlled. And I'm just gonna run through the skill list and all my legendary items. Hope y'all like the video, and let's get into it. Alrighty, and it's basically, I'm gonna be making like a really quick video for you guys. I don't want to take up too much time in the video. For our basic attacks, we're gonna go with Storm Strike. This is really good skill. I think this is a really broken skill for the Druid right now, because on top of doing damage, it says here you gain 25% damage reduction for 3 seconds after dealing damage with Storm Strike. So every time you auto attack, you get, you know, survivability, you get a little tankier, you get damage reduction, which is super nice to have. And also the reason why we grab Storm Strike is because there's a 15% chance to immobilize all enemies hit by 2.5 seconds. Now this build requires crowd control, and this adds on to another, you know, adds on to that crowd control, which helps out our build a lot. And also there's a 50% chance to make enemies vulnerable for 3 seconds, so they take more damage. This, you know, amplifies the Earth build a lot. The first skill, which is our main bread and butter, is going to be Landslide. This crushes enemies between 2 pillars of Earth, dealing up to 871 damage. I have the ability maxed out because this is the ability that's going to be doing a lot of damage. It's going to be one-shotting elites, one-shotting mobs, all that kind of stuff. The modifier Enhanced Landslide. After Landslide damages enemies 4 times, next hit will immobilize enemies for 3 seconds. So after every time I use Landslide 4 times, this adds on to our crowd control, and Landslide will do more damage if enemies are crowd controlled. And I believe that's one of the effects on our legendaries, so I'll get to that soon. We're gonna do Primal Landslide. When you immobilize or stun an enemy, you gain a Terra Mote. Each enemy hit by Landslide consumes a Terra Mote, causing a guaranteed critical strike with 40% critical strike damage. Bosses always have up to 10% chance to grant a Terra Mote when hit. So as you can see here, whenever we CC crowd control an enemy, you'll gain stacks that will help Landslide do a guaranteed critical strike and additional crit damage, 40% critical damage, which is insane amount. So I found that the stacks go all the way up to 100, and it keeps going. So if you have an AoE CC, you'll get 20 motes for crowd controlling an enemy, which is really nice. That's why this is our bread and butter. This is going to do the most damage for us. I put 1 point into Heart of the Wild, that way we can actually get this passive right here, which is Wild Impulses. Your core skills cost 15% more spirit, but deal 30% increased damage. So that's even more damage to our Landslide. Now, the next skill, we're gonna get a defensive skill, which is another Earth skill. It's gonna be Earthen Bulwark. Rocks surround you for 3 seconds, granting a barrier that absorbs 50% of your base life in damage. So this gives us a little shield It gives us survivability, is really nice. It also makes us unstoppable for getting this enhancement, the modifier. So whenever I'm crowd controlled, I'm stunned or rooted, I immediately press this. I activate bulwark, and bam, I can move freely, and I have a huge shield. We're also going to grab let's see here. Grab innate earthen bulwark. This, when I'm at the end of my shield, it actually does damage AoE around me. So this adds on to clearing out the little trash mobs or additional damage to huge mobs and stuff like that. What you can grab the other modifier. This right here gives you a fortify, but there's a passive that we get that we don't really need this extra fortify ability for Earthward Bulwark, but you can definitely grab that. Let's see here. We're gonna grab for our companion skills. We're grabbing Vine Creeper. This does poison damage and periodically roots enemies around me, but when you activate it, it's a huge AoE. I would say root. It says immobilizing them for 2 seconds. So a 2-second roots. This is gonna gain us stacks for our landslide, the terra motes, and yeah, that's another way to gain stacks for us. I did have these modifiers picked, but right now I think I was messing around with some of the ability points, but I did have this right here. When you root enemies who are rooted by Vine Creeper, your critical strike chance is increased by 20% against them. But I found out that, you know, since we have the Terra Mode, they're already guaranteed critical strike already. So it's just, you know, we could use that point to spend on something else. For our Wraith skills, we're gonna grab Boulder, which is another Earth skill. This launches a boulder in a path, and it hits every enemy along that path until the end. I grab these modifiers at the end of the boulder. The enemy, if the boulder is overpowered, enemies are stunned for 4 seconds instead of being slowed. And then I grab, while you have any fortify, boulder has 20% increased critical strike chance. So along with saying, you know, with having fortify, we have a passive over here. Every time your ability critical strikes with earth skills, you fortify for 2% of your life. So since you have landslide is going to give you that automatic crit, which in terms grants you fortify. So this is really nice. And since, you know, since we have any fortify at all, Boulder will automatically have 20% increased critical strike. You can go Savage Boulder, which critical strike chance is increased by 3% each time it deals damage. That's nice, but a permanent 20%, a guaranteed 20% when you have even 1% of fortify, I feel like it's more consistent damage. For these passives right here, I put 3 points into Crushing Earth. Earth skills deal 15% increased damage to slowed, stunned, immobilized, or knocked back enemies. You activate Vine Creeper, and it immediately grants you that 15% additional damage. For our ultimate, we're just going to put 1 point into Petrify. This is a huge stun around everybody. So what I do is I'll activate Vine Creeper, then I'll ult, and then we use Landslide, and it's going to do a ton of damage. Now for Landslide, Raging, the reason why I don't grab the other modifiers, because when you strike an immobilized or stunned enemy with Landslide, an additional pillar of earth is formed. This is nice for clearing out like trash mobs and everything, but I find that primal landslide, being able to use that terra mode and automatically critting, that's way more powerful. Now we're gonna be moving on to our legendaries that I found. Let's start with the helmet on the top. You have 20% increased crowd control duration and deal 32% increased damage to unstoppable enemies. So our AoE stun, the Vine Creeper, and our ult, it's gonna last longer. It's gonna stun longer as well. For our chest, we have gain 20% bonus earth. Bonus amount to your earth bulwark, which is our shield that makes us unstoppable. For each enemy you crowd control up to maximum of 100%. So this actually stacks and it can reach 100%, and the next time you use the skill, it'll activate it. So this is really nice to have. It gives me a larger shield, more survivability. For our glove, when you hit a crowd control enemy, there is up to 42% chance that crowd control effect to spread to another unaffected enemy. So for our landslide, every four times you use the ability, it automatically immobilizes enemies, and all of our crowd control has a 42% chance of controlling more enemies. Our our pants, this right here is a really good trait to have. You heal for 8.8 life per second for each close enemy up to 44.0 life per second. Because I'm stunning everything, I don't really need tank, to be tanky. I just need survivability. So because everything is CC'd around me, I gain life every time I lose life. And also when I shield, I'm regenerating a ton of life. 44 life per second. I'm always around enemies. I have 500 life right now, so my life is gonna constantly be full, even if I get hit. For our boots, when you have fortify, your earth skills gain +2 rank. Like I said, we have the passive where every crit we have, it gives us 2% fortify, and our ability automatically crits every time. So we will have full fortify the whole entire time. For our weapon, earth skills deal 98% more critical strike damage to crowd control enemies. 100% more crit damage. What more can you ask for? This is one of the best. This is one of the best weapon for druid. It's a two-hander, which does a ton of damage. On here we have +55 willpower that increases our skill abilities. Lucky hit up to 5.8% chance to execute injured non-elites. 12.6% damage to crowd control units. 44.4% overpowered damage. One of the best items I've found in the game. I got really lucky for this. Amulets. Attacking enemies with basic skill increases damage of your next core skill cast by 14% up to 50%. So I find that after 4 attacks, it hits 50%. Then I use my landslide with all my crowd control. That adds on to the big high damage number. Our abilities does more damage. And landslide is the core skill, so it's gonna be doing that damage. For our 2 rings, skills deal up to 26% increased damage based on your available primary resource. So the more spirit we have, the more damage it will do. After hitting 4 times, I usually have full spirit, or I make sure to have full spirit before I cast. Distant enemies have a 15% chance to be stunned for 2 seconds when they hit you. You deal 30% increased damage to stun enemies. Now I think our ult is the only thing that really stuns anything. Let's see, landslide will only immobilize them. So I'm not sure if that counts as a stun or not, but I find that when I ult, I feel like this ring, the effect really activates. But that's pretty much it. Yeah, so more damage when I ult, basically, with all my abilities. And that's it for this build right here. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. Yeah, let me know in the comments what y'all think about the druid. I know a lot of people has been talking about druid being like a slow cast, but me being me, I definitely always play something that I really like and I'm really looking forward to. So this is the earth build. It's a really fun build to try it out. And yeah, when the game launches, or if you're playing it in beta, this is a really good one. And yeah, catch y'all next time. Hope you have a good one. Please make sure y'all subscribe, like, and comment on the videos. I'll see y'all when hell break loose. Alright you guys, I'm going to showcase the earth build in an actual dungeon gameplay. Hope you guys like it. It is one of my favorite build so far for the Druid, and yeah, it's just mass chaos everywhere. We're gonna get our stacks up. That extra percentage bonus. I'm gonna Mind Creeper. And then we tons of damage. Oh, got a legendary right there. Very nice. Check on that later. Some, like, I don't know what it is, but some of these dungeons tonight are just absolutely garbage. Oh my god, there we go. See, a lot of damage right there. Gather all these enemies up right here. We get a lot. As you can see, we have 63 stacks of the Terramotes. Ult, fine. 4k damage, and we got a legendary. Holy moly. This is actually the last day to play the beta too, so it's been real. I can't decide between a Druid and a Rogue. The Rogue looks so fun, but I'll just have to see. I'm going to be making more videos also on like my thoughts about the game, which class I'm going to play, which class I think is really broken, reacting to like Asmongold and Cryptarian and all that. Some of my favorite Diablo players. Let's definitely stay in tune. Right here, there's a line. That rock slide and just push all of them back. God, that skill was overpowered right there. I hate these dungeons where it's kill everything. But for the most part, the game looks absolutely beautiful. Get them vulnerable. Usability, they're gone. That's it. That's it. And as you can see my fortify is almost maxed. It's just there's no need to get the bulwark ability fortify modifier, because you just get fortify instantly. It's just perfect. Right here we're gonna showcase what this build can do. Slay tree bones. Yeah, I was trying to find a dungeon, a good dungeon to showcase for y'all, but for some reason, like the last day of the beta, there's just look at this, like there's just nothing. It's bare bone. It's like they already stripped the whole game already. Here's an elite right here. Creepvine. I'm gonna go ahead. Oh, got him. 2 hit. In the chest. We're getting legendaries tonight, though. Cut them trees down. But these pretty much pass up all the trash mobs. One shot the shielded elite. Super satisfying. Just the boulder is just so nice to have. It pushes everything out your way. See right there, I didn't even have to put the vulnerability on that elite. Here. Ult. Pick a good spot, rock slide all of them, landslide the rest. Where is this last guy at? Even the vine creeper ability, like it kills a lot of trash mobs easy fast too. Artillery Shrine is one of my favorite shrines. It's just so fun to do. Run through this. Oh. Oh. He's gone. Oh. There we go. More legendaries. Wow, we are getting legendaries tonight. Even though this dungeon is like really barely has any mobs, at least we're getting a lot of legendaries. Boulder. Oh, see, I don't like that. Sometimes when you're spamming boulder and it doesn't come out because you're auto attacking, it goes the wrong way. But hey, we got the last guy. Go ahead and ult right here. I'm gonna right click to be unstoppable to break that CC. Break that stun that I was in. We have a butcher. Oh my god. No. I just used all my abilities too. Please let me get this guy. I want it. Dude, this would be the best video ever. Go ahead and pull. No, dude. Butcher is freaking crazy, man. I'm gonna go ahead and right click to shield up. No freaking way. Keep running. Oh no. Ult everything. I have to crit that. I need crit. I need to get my fortify up. Wow, good thing we got some minions here.